Hello, my name is Majid Askeri, and in this video I'm going to explain our startup NovelPacs to you. PACS is an acronym for Picture Archiving and Communication System. Oftentimes doctors diagnose that a medical screening is needed as part of their therapy. The Medical Imaging Center record the requisition screening, such as an MRI or CT scan, etc., in the format of an image or a video and send a soft copy or hard copy to the radiologist. Screening centers sometimes keep the records in servers, clouds, or traditional archive systems for a short time. After the radiologists receive the record, they prepare the report and send it to the doctor along with the original recording. Okay, not bad so far, but let's look at the problems. First, you can see the screening centers and doctors do not keep the records for a long time, or if they want to keep them, the doctor or patient must pay an annual fee for archiving documents. On the other hand, often the screening must be repeated, whose archiving require extra space on the medical devices. Second, it's not efficient. Most of the screening needs to get transported either by courier services or by the patient. Third, there is often a shortage of medical staff, which results in delays in producing the results of screening and report preparation. And lastly, the medical images contain silver nitrate, which is toxic and really bad for the environment. The video of heart or lung angiography can take up to 180 megabytes of space. Most of the screening centers still use CDs or DVDs to transfer the results to radiologists and doctors, which again disposal of CDs and DVDs have environmental footprint. Now let's see how NovelPacs can solve the problem. NovelPacs is a central system that connects doctors and medical screening centers to patients and radiologists around the world. The radiologists can register in our system and get hired by doctors and hospitals as freelancers. We use patients' Google Drive storage, the same protocol that all of us use to sign up for different websites or store our mobile's data in Google Cloud Storage. But it doesn't mean NovelPacs or the rest of the people in the system have access to patients' personal records and data stored in Google Drive. The Google Cloud Protocol allows NovelPacs and authorized users to access the patient's screening records only. The solutions contribute immensely to the medical world, which I will explain in the following slides. What are the advantages? First, the images and videos are getting stored permanently without the need to pay extra annual fees for the servers and cloud storage by doctors or patients. NovelPacs uses the free storage offered by Google Drive. This will reduce the number of rescreening of patients. This is really an important part. NovelPacs gives the advantage to the medical system to benefit from radiologists without considering the business hours, weekends, or public holidays. Yes, we eliminate borders and clock times. For example, imagine an ambulance bringing a number of injured people in an incident to a hospital in BC, Canada after midnight, where hospitals work with a lower number of medical staff and do not have enough radiologists on site to deal with the situation. They must call and wake up the radiologist to come to the hospital. In a good scenario, the radiologist comes over. Regardless of the inconvenience, the hospital must pay transport costs and extra hour fees to the radiologist. In a bad scenario, the radiologist phone's dead or they missed the phone call. The hospital has no choice but to postpone the report to the morning, which could be too late then. Such cases happen every day worldwide, and sadly, many of them end tragically. But with NovelPacs, any registered radiologist who has signed up in any of these countries can easily write a report on the system and get paid by the hospital, in our example in BC, Canada. So not only can we always have available radiologists, but hospitals can save money in overtime and transport fees. Here is another advantage of having radiologists distributed worldwide. When the COVID pandemic began, it hit one country after another, starting from China, then South Korea, Italy, United States, and so on. During the recording, most of those countries have sustained the problem, suffering tremendous losses. But India is facing one of the most challenging ones. Delay in receiving long X-ray radiology results prevents the doctors from using the ventilator on time or waste the limited resources for non-emergency patients. By using NovelPacs, the radiologists living in less affected areas can quickly reduce the loads imposed by the outbreak in highly affected areas. I cannot emphasize how important it is to reduce the number of in-person contacts, especially for the medical workforce who must attend their workplace in a respiratory outbreak like COVID-19. We face a similar situation in natural disasters, as sending the medical workforce to the affected areas often comes with a lot of trouble. At the moment, there are a few packs in the market that provide the cloud file and report storage but lack the efficiency expected and cost a lot of money, preventing the medical communities from using them. Medical records are one of the most private and secret belongings of individuals. For this reason, the authorities around the world have mandated the screening centers and doctors to comply with the DICOM protocols. DICOM protocols require that the patient's personal information and medical records must not be transmitted together, and after the transmission, these two must stick together again. NovelPacs has implemented the same policy into its system. When radiologists want to receive the records, they do not need to know any personal details of the patient, such as the social security number, name, phone number, or address. Data is communicated using the key value of the database, and only the patients and their doctors can have the full details. What's more, sending videos using regular online communication system is not very common. Most of the emails do not allow the users to send files as large as 180 or 180 megabytes. And trust me, it's not really common among doctors and medical centers to upload the files onto the cloud and send a link using their email. They still use CDs or DVDs to send the angiography videos to each other. Also, using these bluish transparent images is still in place in many hospitals and clinics worldwide. All of these things are not eco-friendly and harm the environment. To store images and videos, the hospitals also need to use power-consuming servers more than they need, as they must always have enough storage for the records. NovelPacs eliminates all of these non-eco-friendly practices, and also, as numbers of the rescreening get reduced, hospitals consume less electricity. Thank you very much for listening. I hope you have enjoyed this presentation.